Today is day 57, and today is when I begin my series of videos talking about my 12-step recovery journey. My journey began 8 years ago. My addiction is to control. Some would call it, and most people call it, codependency, but I like to call it control. And step 1 of the 12 steps is this. It says, we admitted we were powerless over others, that our lives had become unmanageable. And so my life had become unmanageable because I continued to be drawn to men and to people that were irresponsible, not taking responsibility for their lives, or in some kind of addiction. They were either addiction to drugs, alcohol, sex, whatever. I was drawn to people with problems, and it really made it easy too to be drawn into ministry as well, because then I was there fixing people's problems and everybody saw that it was great, and nobody ever looked at me and my problems and the fact that I didn't know how to manage my own relationships and my own life and problems. I literally became broke trying to help other people. Never had any money, could never take care of myself because I was always trying to help other people and take care of other people's problems. So, and then I'd have to manipulate and finagle and spin things in order to get help when I needed it, because I was so busy taking care of other people's problems. And so my life just became unmanageable. And so when I entered into the 12-step recovery, I entered into it thinking my husband entered into recovery for his issues. And so when I went in, I said, I'm going to go in because I'm going to try to help him. I'm going to help him along. So my whole idea, my whole concept of going into recovery was so that I could fix him. But then I would begin to realize, as I began to study the 12 steps, that I was the one with the problem. That yes, he had a problem, but I had a problem that was enabling his problem to continue, because I was continuing trying to cover up his stuff, trying to smash my emotions, my feelings, my anger, the truth, and not taking care of me. I spent it all trying to take care of him, thinking that if I took care of him, I would be okay, that I would look better. And that was the insanity of it. And so when I recognized I was powerless, that meant that things had to happen. That means I had to, if he couldn't pay his bills, then I had to let that happen. I had to let the lights get cut off. I had to let, I had to let the cars get repossessed. I had to let our accounts go into the hole. I had to do whatever was necessary. I couldn't run around and continue to lie and spend things in order to get help. And I could not continue to just say that it was solely his problem. I was enabling the behavior as well. And being powerless, at first, it's very scary because you feel like you're free falling, that there's no one there to catch you, and you feel, just exposed and open and fearful. Like I'd never known fear like I did as I was coming to understand powerlessness. But I realized that in powerlessness, there's so much power, because when you're powerless, you surrender everything to God, and God takes care of it. He handles the outcome, and He is the one that takes care of everything. And we have this feeling like, God rescues us from everything. Like we have to be pulled out of every situation we get ourselves in. And He doesn't always rescue us. And powerlessness helps us to understand that we have to take responsibility for our behavior and the things we do. It doesn't mean that all of a sudden you become irresponsible. It means that you become responsible. It means you own your stuff. And so I had to own my stuff in becoming powerless. And now, even today, sometimes I am challenged in powerlessness. And whenever an issue comes, I say this prayer. I take this card. I have it in my purse. I have 12 of these different little cards in my purse that help me. And I say, in this moment, I do not have to control anyone, including me. And if I feel uncomfortable with what another person is doing or not doing, I can remind myself that I am powerless over this person, and I am powerless over my compulsion to act in inappropriate ways. So I say this prayer, I call a friend, I journal, I do what I need to do to keep myself and to take care of myself. That's what I do first. So powerlessness teaches you to take care of yourself. not spinning lies and stories, but to take care of yourself, to take care of your emotional state. And so I am excited about these next few days, and these videos will probably run a little long, about 5 minutes, but I pray that they help you to understand that recovery is a lifestyle. I always go back to this. I always have to go back to step one, to recognize that I have no power, that all power belongs to God. Have a good evening, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.